If I had told you or any investor in the late 90s that there were going to be 3 companies with the foundational patents behind CRISPR, Cas9, which is the most advanced gene editing flavor, I'll say, these days. And I had told you these companies are going to cure diseases that have been the scourge of human existence, right? They're going to be able to cure pediatric blindness or cancer, as I mentioned before. My guess in the late 90s, when investors were chasing dreams and too much capital chased too few opportunities too soon, that those 3 companies would have accumulated in market cap to roughly $200 to $300 billion in market cap, right? They would have, because they'd get a royalty on every therapeutic that was going to be developed. And today we think the recurring revenue base in terms of the therapies just for single gene caused diseases, we think that's a recurring revenue base of 75 billion. They'd get 10% of that. Single genes are responsible for only 2% of all diseases. That's just the beginning. So the idea of $200 to $300 billion, certainly in the bubble, easy. Today, those 3 stocks in the market together can't even reach $5 billion in market cap. Now think about it. Apple is a $1 trillion market cap company, and it's changed our lives, and we love our Apple phones and AirPods and watches. But Apple is not curing cancer. It's not curing disease. These companies, we believe, will, but there's so much fear in the marketplace, and there are all kinds of reasons to avoid them. The cap is too small, which is this kind of circular reasoning. The cap is too small, or they've just entered human trials. I'll wait to see what happens. Well, that'll be too late if these human trials are successful. One of the first one being pediatric blindness. A baby born blind, you correct that programming error, the baby can see. It works in mice, it works in non-human primates. If it works in human beings, think about what the reaction will be. Well, we'd prefer to be in the stocks before that reaction.
Now that we heard Cathie Wood's remarks about the genomic industry, let's go ahead and do a quick analysis as to what specific stocks she's invested in within this one ETF, as well as where she stands in terms of Tesla, because we know that she has been doing a lot of selling recently. However, is it related to Tesla? Because this entire video is about outperformance. Yes, while Tesla does make up a significant amount of her portfolio, we can see right here 8.59. That is quite remarkable in any of the ARK ETFs, right? So the ARK ETF 8.59, the ARKQ 9.71, ARKW 7.95 as of February 24th. These are insane numbers. In terms of outperformance, that's really what Cathie Wood is talking about. So let's go ahead and talk about ARKG. We're going to go and look at the charts. She has numerous ETFs: ARK Innovation, ARK Autonomous and Robotics, ARK Internet, and ARK Genomics. Now, she did mention, I believe, CRISPR. She also mentioned ticker symbol EDIT, and then she also mentioned one more, ticker symbol NTLA, right over here. And surprisingly, these do not make up the most amount of her portfolio, because we have stocks like ticker symbol DNA and also PACB that make up more than CRISPR, Editas, and also ticker symbol NTLA. However, I want to go and look at the portfolio allocation specifically with CRISPR, and you guys can see right over here, 3.1% compared to Tesla's portfolio allocation. And then also, if we go into ARKG, 3.14%. But what's surprising about CRISPR is that not only does it fall under the ARKG ETF, but also ARK. And now I want to take a look at ticker symbol EDIT, because this also was another stock that she mentioned in the video, and this one makes up a portfolio allocation of 0.23, and this is just in the ARKG ETF. And then last but not least, I also want to take a look at ticker symbol NTLA. This one went up remarkably. Now take a look at this, everyone, because I think it's really important, and I think this is what Cathie Wood was trying to say in those previous videos. So with ticker symbol NTLA, previously it used to be hovering at around $30 a share, even $20 per share. As soon as they had just one announcement about a groundbreaking technology, the stock went from $20 per share all the way to a high of around $200 per share. And this has not happened with just ticker symbol NTLA. This actually happens with a lot of biotechnology stocks. That is why people say the risk to reward for biotechnology is insanely high compared to a lot of other industries. And because pretty recently stocks have been declining as well, Cathie Wood is saying there is a lot more opportunities because the probabilities of going 10x, 20x, etc., are much higher now. And we didn't discuss the portfolio allocation for ticker symbol NTLA, but it is currently sitting at 4.42. That is also pretty high within this ETF, right? Within the ARK ETF. And if we go to ARK, again, 4.42. And then as for ARKG, 4.43. Pretty similar. And then last but not least, I want to take a look at the chart for NTLA. This one gives us more data information, whereas the technicals gave us more information about charts, etc. Now, this is extremely important because in a time like this, I just mentioned that a lot of stocks have actually fell dramatically. And despite all of this, though, we know that the ARK ETF actually recently sold out of Palantir 100%. They own zero Palantir. The difference, though, with the genomic sector and with ticker symbol NTLA, EDIT, and also CRSP is if we go and we see the portfolio allocation in terms of the price and also the daily capital injection and price, the price is marked in the gray outline. And we see that while the price decides to fall, the aggregate is actually increasing rather than decreasing, which is exactly what we want. And then also the change in portfolio and the price, it hasn't been that much of a difference either. In fact, if we go all the way to January 24th of 2022, we see a massive decline in the price. However, what ended up happening is the ARK ETF actually decided to put more money into ticker symbol NTLA. And this is exactly what you want to see. Now, I'm going to try to limit my opinions as much as possible. I'm just letting you guys know what is happening within these ARK ETFs because sometimes it's hard to follow through. And also, if we take a look at the daily capital injection in terms of the price, as of February 22nd, we can see a huge difference in terms of the aggregate versus the price decline. So with that being said, everyone, do you guys think that genomics is going to outperform Tesla? Because we all know that Tesla is not just an electric vehicle company, it is also an artificial intelligence company and a technology company. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.
So we're going to see exponential growth in the auto industry for the first time in 100 years.
Wow. So given that, what's next in the mind of Cathie Wood?
Well, I think, Tesla absolutely is still next because Tesla.
But I'm at other sectors, other big
yes,
stuff.
other sectors, yes. Well, we're very excited about digital wallets. So Square's Cash App and PayPal's Venmo are leading the way here. In China, it was WeChat Pay and Alipay. And we really think that these digital wallets and two-sided marketplaces, merchants and consumers, on both of them, are going to usurp a lot of the role the banks play today. It's going digital, going mobile, a little bank branch in your pocket or your pocketbook. And we're going to have all kinds of financial services available through them, including loans, debit cards, credit cards, stock buying, Bitcoin buying. So we think that's a huge, huge trend out there. We also think genomics in the healthcare space. We, for the first time, thanks to DNA sequencing, again, costs have come down low enough. DNA sequencing is going to introduce science into healthcare decision-making for the first time. We can honestly say that until now, more than half of all healthcare decisions were in some part made through guesses or experiences. Now we're going to have the data. What has mutated in your genomic profile? What in the 6 billion bits of code in your genome, what's gone wrong? It's like a needle in the haystack. What's gone wrong? For the first time, we'll be able to identify exactly what's gone wrong. And with CRISPR and other gene editing technologies and gene therapy, along with artificial intelligence. So it's this convergence of DNA sequencing, artificial intelligence, and gene editing. We're going to be able to cure diseases that we never thought it would be possible to cure, including cancer. Certainly we'll be able to discover cancer in stage 1. A lot of companies, Invitae, Exact Sciences, are helping us do that. And if we're able to discover where the mutations are,
Now the technologies are coming along that will be able to cure them.
In stage one.
That's the next big